The human brain is the most complex object in the known universe. It controls every thought, movement, and emotion you've ever had yet. Scientists admit we still understand only a fraction of its true potential. It can process billions of signals in a single second, generate dreams that defy logic, and even reshape itself after injury. But here's the real mystery: how can something weighing just 3 pounds hold the power to create art, build civilizations, and imagine infinity itself? The brain is often called the command center of the body, but it's far more than that. It's a living supercomputer made of 86 billion neurons, each communicating through trillions of connections. Every decision, memory, and emotion you experience originates from electrical and chemical signals happening faster than lightning. So, let's dive into the most fascinating, unbelievable, and scientifically proven facts about the human brain that reveal just how incredible it really is. Number 1. Your brain has more connections than stars in the galaxy. The human brain contains about 86 billion neurons, and each neuron can form up to 10,000 connections, or synapses, with other neurons. That's nearly a quadrillion connections, more than the estimated number of stars in the Milky Way galaxy. These connections form complex networks that allow you to think, feel, remember, and learn. When you recall a memory or solve a problem, millions of these connections are firing in synchrony. What's even more fascinating is that the brain constantly rewires itself based on experience. This process, called neuroplasticity, means that every thought, skill, or emotion you practice strengthens certain neural pathways while weakening others. Number 2, your brain generates enough electricity to power a light bulb. At any given moment, your brain is buzzing with electrical activity. Every thought or feeling is transmitted by tiny electrical impulses between neurons. In total, these impulses generate about 20 watts of electricity, enough to power a small LED light bulb. But that power comes at a cost. Despite representing only about 2% of your body weight, your brain consumes around 20% of your total energy. It's always active even when you sleep. The electrical activity of the brain is so strong that doctors can measure it with an EEG machine, which detects the brain's waves. These waves reveal your mental state, whether you're awake, dreaming, relaxed, or deeply focused. Your thoughts quite literally light up your mind. Number 3. The brain can store the equivalent of over 2.5 petabytes of data. Scientists estimate that the human brain has a memory capacity of roughly 2.5 petabytes. That's equivalent to about 3 million hours of TV shows or the entire internet content from the early 2000s. But here's the fascinating part. There's no clear storage center in the brain like in a computer. Memories are distributed across various regions. Visual details, sounds, emotions, and context are all stored separately and later reconstructed when you recall them. Even more astonishing, your memory is not perfect, it's constantly changing. Each time you remember something, the brain slightly rewrites the memory. This is why two people can recall the same event differently. The human brain doesn't just store information, it recreates it, blurring the line between memory and imagination. Number 4. Your brain works faster than any computer ever built. Supercomputers can perform complex calculations at mind-bending speeds. But when it comes to efficiency, your brain still wins. Neurons transmit information at speeds up to 268 miles per hour, and your brain performs an estimated 10 quadrillion operations per second. That's faster than the most powerful supercomputers on Earth when it comes to pattern recognition and adaptability. What's even more impressive is energy consumption. While supercomputers require entire power stations to operate, the human brain runs efficiently on about 20 watts of energy, roughly what you'd use to charge your phone. The combination of speed, efficiency, and adaptability makes the human brain the most advanced processing system known to science. Number 5, your brain can heal and rebuild itself. For decades, scientists believed brain cells could never regenerate, but modern research has proven otherwise. The brain has the remarkable ability to heal, adapt, and even grow new neurons, a process called neurogenesis. This mainly occurs in the hippocampus, the region responsible for learning and memory. Physical exercise, meditation, sleep, and challenging mental activities all promote neurogenesis. Even after a stroke or injury, other parts of the brain can often take over lost functions, a process known as functional reorganization. In other words, your brain is not fixed. It's constantly repairing, rewiring, and rebalancing itself to keep you functioning at your best. Number 6. Your brain never actually feels pain. This one sounds strange, but it's true. The brain itself doesn't have pain receptors. While it processes pain signals from other parts of the body, it cannot feel pain directly. That's why brain surgeons can perform operations on conscious patients without causing discomfort. The scalp and skull have pain receptors, but the brain tissue itself is completely insensitive. This fascinating fact has allowed neurosurgeons to map brain activity in real time by stimulating different regions during awake surgeries, helping doctors understand how specific areas control movement, speech, and emotion. So next time you get a headache, it's not your brain that hurts, it's the blood vessels, muscles, or surrounding tissues. Number 7. Sleep is when your brain cleans itself. Sleep isn't just rest, it's a cleaning process. During deep sleep, your brain activates a special system called the glymphatic system, which flushes out toxic waste products that build up during the day. One of these waste products is beta amyloid, a compound linked to Alzheimer's disease. This process explains why lack of sleep leads to mental fog, poor memory, and emotional instability. It's literally like skipping your brain's nightly cleanup. Interestingly, studies show that during sleep, your brain becomes more active than when you're awake. It consolidates memories, strengthens learning, and resets emotional balance. Without proper sleep, your brain begins to malfunction. With it, you become sharper, more creative, and more emotionally stable. Number 8, your brain can create its own reality. The human brain doesn't just interpret reality, it constructs it. Every second, it receives millions of signals from your senses, but can only process a tiny fraction consciously. So instead of showing you everything, it filters and predicts what it believes you'll see, hear, or feel. This predictive function explains optical illusions, false memories, and even hallucinations. Your brain constantly fills in missing details to create a seamless experience. Studies show that up to 80% of what you see is generated internally based on previous experiences and expectations. That means perception is not an exact reflection of reality, it's a personalized version of it. Number 9. The brain has a second brain in your gut. You've probably heard the saying, trust your gut. Well, there's real science behind it. The human digestive system contains over 100 million neurons, forming what scientists call the enteric nervous system. This second brain communicates directly with your central nervous system through the vagus nerve. It's why emotions affect digestion and why gut health influences mood. In fact, around 90% of serotonin, the happiness chemical, is produced in the gut, not the brain. Researchers now believe this gut-brain connection plays a crucial role in mental health, explaining why diet and gut bacteria can influence anxiety, depression, and even cognitive function. Number 10. The brain can rewire itself through thoughts alone. One of the most astonishing discoveries in neuroscience is that thinking alone can change the structure of your brain. Studies in neuroplasticity have shown that mental training, such as visualization, meditation, or practicing gratitude, can physically alter neural connections. For example, athletes who mentally rehearse movements activate the same brain regions as when they perform them physically. Meditation has been proven to thicken areas of the brain related to attention and emotional regulation, while reducing stress centers like the amygdala. If you found these facts fascinating and want to keep exploring the incredible science behind the human body and mind, make sure to subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and stay tuned for more deep dive into the mysteries of life, science, and technology. Because the most powerful universe you'll ever explore is the one inside your own mind.